What's up guys, it's Aleks Dayum. Welcome back to another video on the channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. As you already know the go, we're doing a Q&A today. Got my boy here, Sky B. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah man, well my name is Sky B. I'm a fellow YouTuber as well. I'm based in Sydney. Me and my boy, we used to train together, but he left me hanging, but that's another story for another day. So we thought, we live next to each other, why not link up? And now that I'm back in his, I would say home gym.
Home gym. Yeah, been there for a few years.
So I mean, you guys, hopefully we'll be able to do more contents, man. The better we collab.
That's it. Don't worry about hopefully, we're definitely going to do some more content, more workout videos, probably discussing different topics.
True.
And maybe not just fitness, hopefully some other stuff too. Change it up a bit, add some spice and variety to our channel.
Yeah,
but today is probably mainly going to be fitness based, but we got some good questions here that will be helpful for you guys, I think. And I think it's always important, like when we're doing a Q&A like this, to get two perspectives on things. Because at the end of the day, man, we both have different personal experience, different views on things, and I think that's important for people watching the video like you guys, because you're gonna find, usually when you hear more answers, you're gonna find something that you resonate with and that is gonna hit home better. True. So I think it's gonna be good, man, if we hit like two different perspectives here, and it'll be good.
Yeah, man. Let's just, I mean, it's always good too, like you say, having separate views and stuff, because I mean, one person's view doesn't really correlate with everyone else's.
That's right, man. That's right.
Yeah, anyway.
And not one person is going to have the truth to everything either.
Not a chance.
No, like not in this world, man. There's fucking 7 million people. So, alright, guys. So since we're doing a collab, the first link in the description of my video is going to be this guy's channel, your boy Sky B. Make sure you head over there, click on that link, hit the subscribe button. He doesn't have that many videos on the channel yet, because he's still pretty new to the YouTube game, nice and fresh. Don't worry, he's going to post more videos, so make sure you check out his content. And if you enjoy the content, like his videos, and also subscribe to his channel as well.
Yeah, man.
By the way, guys, before we get into this Q&A, make sure you smash the like button. It really does help the channel out a lot in this video. It helps spread the video to more people, and because we are smaller channels, you doing something just as simple as clicking the like button helps a lot, man. So before we continue, make sure you smash the like button and let's get on with it. Alright, I'm gonna get started with the first questions that I actually received on my Instagram. So by the way, guys, my Instagram is @AlexDayum and yours is
SkyB2500.
We'll put it up on the screen. Also make sure to check us out on Instagram and Snapchat as well. Yep. And my Snapchat is just AlexDayum, no space, and yours is?
Mine is crazy, I think. It's SkyB69, by the way. Scotty.
What does 69 stand for, brother? Alright, so I'm gonna start off with the first, like pretty much in order of the questions that I got. And if you want to be involved in the next Q&A, just follow me on Instagram. Whenever I post up a question thing, it will be added to the next Q&A video. So first question we've got is from PL3GG. I'm not really sure how to say that name, but thank you for your question, bro. Appreciate it. When are you going to be hopping on in SARMS? Or I think he means on SARMS. Okay, so like I'll go first with that one. So to be honest, I'm not going to hop on SARMS. I don't have any plans to. I'd rather just train naturally, because I know that attaining a physique naturally is very, very possible. And I don't really think I need SARMS in any way, shape or form. Like, I don't think it's going to provide any real benefit to me. Like it would with my physique and my strength, but like those gains that I'm going to make from taking like drugs is not going to make me happy. You know what I'm saying? So not really for me. And also it's a new product, and because of that there's not much testing done. Don't know the long-term effects and the side effects, so it could be very dangerous. Could be very dangerous 5 years after you take them. Like an example that I used earlier was like smoking, man. When like you smoke, you don't see side effects in 1 year. You see them 50 years later when you're an old man, you have emphysema and lung cancer, and then you die. So it's like a similar thing could happen with SARMS, so not for me, man. How about you?
Honestly, I don't know much about this product, so my intentions of jumping on it, not a chance. Even if I knew, what it does, like the side effects and like the positive, because I'm sure right now everyone's just going back what it does, like the positive, like you're gonna get stronger, you're gonna get bigger, or whatever it is. I don't know, but keep it short. I have no intention of jumping on it. Like I'm not going to.
Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah. Alright, we've got the next question up here from Dean.rg. So Thanks for your question, brother. Appreciate it a lot.
Thanks, bro.
He asked, what's your day job? Do you want to go first with that one?
Well, I work 2 jobs, and I work for a pet food company. And my other job is I'm a bouncer, so I work at the clubs and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I work at various clubs. A lot of clubs. Yeah, if you're in Sydney, you might run into me. If you see me, don't be shy, man. Say hi, come up to me, talk to me.
That's it. Give him a hug, spread the love, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, the vibe. If you follow me, I mean, come on now. You see me on the street or you see me in the club,
say what's up.
come over.
That's it, man. That's cool, man. So you're working 2 jobs, hustling. That's it, man.
It's hard to do, man. It's hard to do.
For sure.
Too much time consuming, bro.
Yeah.
Go all
And
the
hey,
time.
no fucking excuses, man. This guy's working 2 jobs, still training, still trying to make gains, still trying to get big, man.
Have to.
That's it.
Have to. No other options.
Yeah. Alright, so for me, I actually work 2 jobs as well. Just got my second job recently, only about maybe 2 months ago. And I've adapted to it pretty well. So my first job, I'm pretty much like a rep and a merchandiser.
Okay.
So basically, like, I represent the company and I go around to different stores, and I pretty much just check stock. I speak to like pretty much the managers there, service managers, stuff like that, in order to just deliver good communication about pricing, stuff like that. Pretty simple stuff.
Okay.
A lot of my job is done like driving, just going out to different stores.
Oh, yeah.
So I go to like 9-10 stores in a day, basically.
Oh man.
Something like that, yeah. But look, you don't spend too long in each store. But my other job, which I recently got, I just work at a gas station, man. So it's just a convenience store.
Okay.
It's nice and easy. I work like pretty much overnights for that. So sort of similar to you, where I'm working in the AM from like midnight to like in the morning.
Yeah.
And yeah, those are my 2 day jobs at the moment. I've actually found that once I got my second job, man, it helped me with motivation wise. Like,
Okay.
I think just extra income and also just getting shit done, man. Like, when I only had 1 job, I felt that like I would have too many days where I had nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? If I wasn't making a video or if I wasn't going to work, man, I'm just sitting around home all day. Like, fucking gets boring, man, and it sort of like kills your momentum. Like, if you're going out every single day, like going to work, doing this, doing that, man, it really like picks up and helps with everything. So
Because you're always out there, you don't have to stay home, man. Because with the free time, if you have too much free time in your hand, you're not doing something. Like, I'm not trying to knock anyone who have free time or whatever, but I feel like it's better when you're out there doing stuff. Like, it could be work, it could be gym, whatever it is. Just
even a hobby.
Yeah, a hobby. Just find something to fill a little bit of that space.
Instead of like I'm prone to this. Like, I'll just lie on the couch all day.
That's me, bro.
Watching movies.
I
But like,
watch Netflix.
yeah. And you need those times, but you also need like most of your time or a lot of your time to just be that consistent, sort of just working towards something and trying to progress and stuff like that. So yeah, I think we did good. All right. So the next question is from Mickey Han. Mickey_Han. Thanks a lot for your question, brother. So he says, are you going to Knockout in Melbourne?
Dude, that's more for him.
Yeah, so alright, so I'm actually going. I got my ticket. I bought pre-sale tickets. I'm very, very excited. I'm going to be flying down to Melbourne for that in December. Very keen for that event and very keen to vlog it as well, because I know that demand. That vlog will be in high demand because that's going to be a crazy fucking event. And yeah, it's just going to be a party, man. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be outdoor. It's going to be a good time. And make sure you stay tuned for that vlog. Alright, so he actually asked another question, so shout out to this guy, man.
Appreciate it, man.
He asked, what is our current training split? So I think I'll just go off that one.
You go first.
Alright, so lately I wasn't training that consistently, and what am I mean by that? Okay, so the last few months I wasn't consistent, but the last month or 2 I've been really on the horse and being consistent as fuck. And basically what I've done for my training split is I train 3 days on and I train 1 day off. So I train for 3 days, I take a rest day, and then I train 3 days again. And I take a rest day and I train blah blah blah, keep going like that. So I'm training different muscle groups on every single day, and my rest days are always on different times, which is fine for me because I don't need that perfect like every Sunday I rest or every Thursday I rest. I don't really need that. And the reason like why I do it like that is I train, for example, if I start on Monday, I'm gonna train legs. On Tuesday, I'm going to do a push workout, so I get my chest, shoulders, and triceps done. And on Wednesday, I'll do a pull workout, like back, so back and a bit of arms as well. So that way, I've got everything covered within 3 days on my muscle groups.
Okay.
I take a rest day because if I was to train legs that next day, my legs are still sore, man, because I'm not used to that because I wasn't training consistently, they get really sore. So I'm still getting used to training again. So I take that little rest day, start up again on legs, and keep going like that.
Okay.
And yeah, that way I hit everything twice a week as well, all my muscle groups. So
That's
I've
good,
got
man.
that frequency in.
I think I might try to adapt to that. Mine is just I train 5 days to 6 days a week straight.
Okay.
Yeah, but what I try to do is
and you've been doing that consistently for a while, right?
Yeah. So I switch up some workout, like for example, I might take chest from a Tuesday to a Thursday, or I might bring chest from a Thursday to a Tuesday. So it depends, what the weekend was like. It was a long weekend where I was like tired.
Yeah.
I might change certain things, but I usually just do legs always on Monday. I have to do legs. I feel like once I do legs, I'm in there, So I do legs on example Monday, and depends, like I said, the weekend I might do a chest and the shoulders. So chest would be the main workout, and then shoulders would be just like the secondary muscle, where I don't have to go heavy, but I just have to focus on the reps and just squeeze. So if I'm lifting 20 kilos, I'm gonna do 10 kilos on. I'm not looking for pump or nothing. I'm just trying to get
What about your other days? Like
on the other days,
can you just lay out what your split is, like Monday this or?
Okay, so I do. Let's say I do legs on Monday, chest on Tuesday, back on Wednesday. Thursday I will do shoulders, and because for us tall people, bro, I feel like you have to hit leg, not just any other muscle, but legs specifically. You have to hit it twice or more if you can. So I do legs Monday and Friday, bro. It's a religion for me. Like I have to.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just,
and then so on an ideal training week, honest, you would train the weekend as well, would you?
On the
Would
weekend,
you train on a Saturday?
I would, but it wouldn't be like the way I would train on the other days.
But what would you train on that?
It would be more of a full upper body.
Full upper body.
Everything gets touched up.
So what I sort of want to get to here is like, are you hitting every muscle group twice every week? Okay,
yes,
so
I
he knows what's the goal is.
I have to, man.
Yes.
You can't hit one muscle group and leave it for like 6-7 days and expect it to grow. It's not going to. You have to give it rest and then hit it again.
And the thing is, it's not about fucking smashing your chest all out in one go on one day and then wait in a week. What you'd rather do is, let's say you smash up, like let's say for example that I just said, what you shouldn't do is do 100% in one day. You should do maybe like 65 to 70% of a proper fucking workout on that one day, so you have enough time to rest and smash it again for another 60 to 70%, kill it, so that way 2 times within that week you've hit that muscle group. And that's like, we're both natural lifters here, and like if you're watching this video and you're a natural lifter, that's like honestly one of the best pieces of advice I can give you, is hitting your muscle group 2 times a week. And potentially if it's a weaker muscle group, for example, like, I don't know, let's say your arms, you want to get them bigger, you can hit them 3 times a week, no problem, man, because it's such a small muscle group. It's going to recover nice and fast, and you don't have to kill it on every day, but if you hit it 3 times a week, it's really going to help out.
It's going to be progress, man. Like, and another thing I would say when it comes to training again, especially is like, for let's say stuff like chest or legs, right? It's always, because I've seen some people with like super dominant quad and lagging hemis. So my advice would be, let's say, on legs, because that's one of my favorite muscle groups to train. If you're doing legs Monday and Friday, my suggestion would be start on Monday, do quad to hemis. Right? And on Friday, it's gonna sound hard and like, oh my God, I can't do it, but trust me, you can. You go from hemis to quads. So don't keep going, because when you spend 80% on quad on Monday, you're already tired before you do hemis. And if you do the same thing on Friday, hemis is gonna always be like secondary muscle. So make sure you actually build a really good physique by hitting everything even.
That's good, man. And also touching up on that a little bit, like that's a good way to put that variation from one day to the other. What I sort of do is, you don't have to do this, but you can try it out. I'll hit quads one exercise, then I'll do hamstrings. I'll hit quads, then I'll hit hamstrings. Honestly, you don't get as much of a pump because you're not constantly smashing that, like in quads, for example. But you can try that out as well, and that way you're going to be stronger for every lift.
Okay.
Because by the time you finish your quad exercise, your hamstrings are more rested. By the time, and then you do your hamstring exercise, you go back to quads, your quads have got more time to rest. But that also means less of a pump. So try out both what works for you. And I think both variations, like either way, it's going to work.
It will.
So I think you can do one strategy for a few months, then switch to the other strategy and do that for a few months and keep changing it up. Because the thing with lifting is you're never going to do the same thing you are right now for the rest of your life. It's always a constant minor changes and tweaks here and there just to spice it up a bit. I think that's important as well.
Yeah, man, it is. You know, changes. That's the name of the game. Yeah,
that's
changes.
It. It's all about changes.
If you just stick to the same thing over and over, you're going to get stuck. You are not going to make any improvement. So my suggestion is very simple. You can do his for a month and come back to mine, or do mine first and go to his. So you just find out what works for you.
Yeah, which one you prefer, which one you like. That's important as well.
So once you start to see result on a certain workout, you can change it, but don't change it all the way. You know, just change it a little bit so you make sure, okay, if I'm doing curls all the time and my arm says, you know, I'm turning into Hulk Hogan, you know, there's no point of me really changing it and going to the, you know, all the little...
That's true as well, man. If you're getting fucking results from something, you should keep doing it until you get results. Stop getting results from it, or it starts decreasing at a really rapid rate. But I think we should move on.
Next one. Let's get to the next
one. That was really good, I think. All right, so we've got Go Brandon. We got another question from Go Brandon Go. Go Brandon Go. Go Brandon Go. His question is best exercises for rear delts. Thanks for your question, buddy. Appreciate it. All right, so best exercises for rear delts. What are they, man?
Man, for me, so for real delts, I usually do that, man. I usually do, you know how you got the flies machines for chest? I do the reverse. So I grab onto it that way, and when I do it, I make sure my elbow stays in this position. Because I've seen people go like that. I'm not saying it's bad, I just haven't tried it, because I don't feel it worked for me, because I got a very long arm.
Yeah,
so I like
a little bit.
Yeah, a little
bend.
Yeah, and I do 3 variations. I can use the dumbbells and just put my head onto the bench at a 90-degree angle, and use the dumbbells to focus on my squeeze. So Or I can use just cable flies, but just a bit of weight and just kind of like, you know, squeeze on it.
So like that sort of when you've got a lighter weight and you're trying to go like that. Yeah. Okay.
So those are basically 3 exercises that I use for those.
Okay, so for me, for rear delts, first I'll just explain a little bit of the importance of your rear delts, man. So a lot of people are doing shoulder press, heavy shoulder press, and that's working your front delt. I'll be honest right now, and that's not going to help your sort of, if you're trying to build big shoulders and make them look big, that's not going to help that much because it's your front delt. Your main important ones, if you want like a big 3D boulder for your delts, you want to work on your side delt here, and you want to work in the rear delt, because the side delt is going to make it more wide this way, and your rear delt is actually going to make it more 3D, so it's going to pop more. You need that popping effect, which you're not going to get if you're neglecting your rear delt. So make sure you don't neglect it. Best exercises for it, as he said, the fly machine one. I think that like if I could only choose one, I would do that one. I do that every single time. Another good one is going to be with the rope when you do.
The face pull one.
I'm thinking cable rows. I'm like, that's not the right name. The face pulls, very good exercise, but that's good for shoulder mobility as well. No, excuse me. And so another, like he pretty much took the words out of my mouth, because he said on the 90-degree incline bench, when you use the dumbbells, that's fucking perfect as well. Another sort of variation you can do is, instead of doing a bench, like let's say the bench is taken, it's a busy day, you're walking on the gym, everyone's fucking using the benches, just grab a set of dumbbells and you can sort of lean over like that. And again, you're hitting your rear delt, so that's another good exercise. And the cables, I agree as well, that's another great exercise to do for rear delts. If you're hitting like at least 2 to 3 of those 2 times a week, you're gonna be sweet, man. You're gonna be building those rear delts so you can get yourself some nice big shoulders.
I agree on that, bro. Because like I said, I used to neglect my shoulders, you know. A little bit, for a while I did. But recently, my shoulders been one of those muscle groups that I love training. And all the exercise we just named, trust me, it's in there 24/7. Because I got a very bad posture, you know. So
me too, man. I'm always
You
Why
have
did it make that noise? Why did it make that noise? Alright, so we had to restart that a little bit quickly, just to make sure our cameras are running and everything is okay. Do you think we covered the rear delt topic well? It's just one little muscle.
I think that, yeah, it is. I think there's only so much you can do on that, you know, so.
That's true.
Make sure when you do it efficiently, though, because you can't see what's there, so you gotta make sure you feel it.
That's right, you gotta focus on the muscle. That mind muscle connection is gonna be really important for the rear delts. Alright, so Mickey_Han asked another question, man. So shout out to you, brother.
Thanks.
Current calorie intake per day.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to go or me?
I think you should go first, because mine.
Yours is it infinite?
You want me to go first?
No, that's I'll go. Okay, so I'll be honest, man. I'm not tracking any calories right now at all. The thing is, I've tracked calories for so long that when I'm eating something, I already know how much calories is in it. And I just have too much. I don't have too much. I have a lot of nutritional data in my head, so I know a lot of foods, how much it can be. And I pretty much know the limit to how much an actual meal can have in terms of calorie quantity. So at the moment, I pretty much eat what I need, how much I need to feel satisfied with my food. And I try not to worry too much about, oh my God, I need to know to the exact point right now what my calorie intake is. But I'll give you a rough estimate, okay? I don't eat over 3,000. I'm eating right now between 2,800 and 3,000 calories. And I just know that by like, I don't use an app or anything. I just know, all right, I have a chocolate bar, that's 200 calories. I had a pie, that's about 400, 500. And I just add that up in my head. I'm like, how much do I have left for the day? I have roughly this much.
Okay.
So I track my calories roughly, but it's not using my fitness pal. Yeah, not using my fitness pal right now just because just need a bit of a time and a break away from it because life is not all about tracking calories. And I still think my physique is pretty good right now for not having tracking. So, but once I get to a point where I really want to get serious and make a serious change to my body, that's when I'm going to go, okay, I need to eat 2,800 every day. I'm going to track everything I eat.
Okay. Well, I don't track mine. I really don't.
Yeah.
Like I just eat according to, because the thing is, if I'm going to track mine, I'm gonna feel bored with what I'm eating, right? Because it's like, because for my physique type and my body type, I need to just keep eating. Because I'm burning.
That's because you're trying to just bulk, right?
Yeah,
you're not trying to like lose fat or anything.
Nah, I have no intention of losing fat anymore. I'm trying to put on weight.
Shredded already, man. Shredded already. Don't you worry about it.
Thanks, man. But yeah, I just try to just eat, man. Just eat. See, I feel like some people jump on the whole tracking calories thing so early that they don't end up making enough progress. Because now they get in that mindset where, oh, I have to eat this. If you're hungry, eat. That's what I can say.
I think
if you're trying to put on weight, right?
Yeah,
If you're trying to lose weight, I think I recommend you tracking your calories so you really do know what's entering your body. But if you're trying to put on weight, my advice would be eat healthy, but eat. Eat good food. Good fat, good this and that, but just eat.
Still put your vegetables in, good carbs.
Yeah.
Like having a lolly here and there and some chocolate M&Ms, why not, man? Like, add it in. It's more calories.
It is.
It's going to be good before your workout, so you're going to get a nice little pump. Carbs before. Have a bit of scoop of Nutella, man, and fucking walk into the gym.
I got that from him, bro. Ever since I've been on Nutella, bro.
Yeah. Put some fucking Nutella on a big fat spoon, go to the gym, man, nice sodium and pump. All the ladies there, you're going to fucking look good, man. Alright? No, but for real, like, I agree with him in terms of eating a lot. If you're trying to get big, man, it's very important. But yeah, so for our calorie intake right now, we're not tracking 100% or anything.
No.
I have a rough estimate in my head. It's going to be between 2,800. I sort of have a limit, right? I have a limit right now of 3,000. In my head, I'm not going to go over 3,000. Since I'm not tracking, maybe I'll have a few days where I go over that. To be honest, I don't really care, man. Right now, I'm just trying to enjoy training and enjoy the whole process and experience of just lifting weights and just loving that again, because I didn't really have a point where I was very passionate about it for the last few months.
Okay.
But now I sort of miss that sort of just that, you're grinding your teeth and you're in there, you're putting hard work and like you're putting that hard work on yourself and you're responsible for it. And what I mean by that is you're choosing to fucking do that hard work. You know, it's not putting on you by someone else. You're fucking going in there and you're really fucking bringing on that pain and you're gonna endure it. And I think I miss that. I think it builds your character a lot, and it just makes you, I guess, a better person in a bit of a way, because you're choosing your own suffering and you're bringing that suffering upon yourself in a good way.
In a good way. See, I think that's why I left the gym I was at, because at one point I felt like, man, what's the motivation? Like, I know the first motivation has to come from me, but then at the same time, it usually comes from the environment as well, you know. And being being at the gym that I was like, man, you know, like it just wasn't there. You know, I didn't feel like some days I would just go like, okay, time for gym. Nah, 20 minutes later, forget it. I'm just watching Netflix, you know.
Yeah. I know that feeling, man. I think everyone knows that feeling.
Yeah. So now I'm in the gym he goes to, and hopefully, man, I mean, if we train together, definitely, man, that's gonna motivate each other.
That's it,
just push harder.
Sometimes a change of scenery really helps. I found that when I was originally at the gym I'm at now, and I moved to the gym that he was at, where I met him, where we like actually met each other for the first time, which was great, man, because I think that was awesome. We get to meet up, and we were both interested in YouTube, and we both lived, so that was fucking awesome. But when I arrived to that gym, man, I had a bit of a chip on my shoulder, and what I mean by that is I felt like no one here knows me, and I'm just walking in here, and I need to prove myself that I'm, you know, that I work hard and shit. Because that's what I like to prove to people, that like, you know, sometimes you got to show people that you work hard. And like, obviously the motivation comes from within, but it also helps having that sort of new environment. Okay, how am I going to set up a good routine? How am I going to train hard here? How am I going to try to transfer the knowledge I have from my old gym and that sort of routine, build something new here? And it's exciting because you've got that new process of like, okay, like, when you have your gym that you've been for a while, you know where everything is. You don't have to think about it, man. You just fucking, you're in a little zone where you're not thinking, you're just doing it.
True.
When you have a new environment, man, like every decision you make is a new decision.
True.
And so you have to, you know, sort of work around that. I think it helps.
True. And it's also good because, you know, when you're in a new gym as well, I think that's why some guys end up going to different gyms a lot, because it's like new equipments and certain things that you won't find in your gym, you find in other gyms, you know, and that gives you that extra boost, like, oh, okay, let me try this. And who knows, man, you know, you might find a machine that actually works certain muscle groups directly, you know, instead of you incorporating other muscle groups, you just specifically hit that. And that might not be in your gym. Example, the gym I was going to, I couldn't do lunges.
That's a good point.
We did. I couldn't do lunges. Now I can. And lunges is a very, very...
Basically, the reason why you can't do lunges at that gym, squash lanes, is because it's a fucking hot box. It's a hot box of people and machines. And like, what I mean by that is it's just, every machine is so close together and so close towards each other. And what that also means is there's no space to walk. So lunges, you need some distance, you need some fucking space, man. You don't want to be in like a little like hot box, right? And that's what that gym is, so that's why. You know what, like there was so much space for the ceiling, they should have used that space for the fucking ceiling and made it less vertical and more horizontal. Would have helped, but.
Yeah, but I mean, that, you know, stuff like that, you need, that's why you need, you know, gyms, different gyms and stuff, you know.
Yeah. Alright, so we've got Ryan Moutia. Sorry, bro, I'm not too sure how to pronounce your name, but hopefully I'll see you soon, man, at another event. And hopefully I'll see you soon around at the gym as well, man, been a while. At what age did you start your first cycle? So I started my first cycle at 0 years old. As soon as I was out of the fucking, as soon as they cut off my biblical cord, they put a fucking needle right in that hole and just put in all the fucking steroids. Every steroid under the sun, that was put into me at the age of fucking like 32 years old. And that's why I have a decent amount of muscle mass right now.
Gains, bro.
So that's the key, guys. Just, you know, as soon as you're born, just
go for it.
No, okay, so I've never done a cycle. Been natural this whole time. And yeah, why don't you answer if you've done a cycle or anything like that?
Never. I haven't done any. I don't think I have the intentions of. I don't think I have any intentions of doing it. Unless something changes down the line, then maybe. But as for now, my intention is pure, just natural, just lifting. The way I'm doing it at the moment. I mean, like, I'm seeing results, you know. It's not rapidly, but I'm seeing results. So,
because you work hard, you do it consistently.
so
you eat enough.
Why
you do the things that you need to do to make results.
Like,
that's basically what it comes down to.
Question for you though: Would you ever consider jumping on it?
In the near future, I have absolutely no plans or intentions. And when I'm older, like, it could be a possibility, because you don't really want to, like, the whole cliche thing, never say never, but it's sort of true because you don't know where you're going to be. But
true.
In my short-term plans, absolutely not. I have no fucking plans to. Everyone thinks about it when they first start lifting, but I never got to that point where I actually considered doing it.
See, I never did. When I started lifting, I never did, because like people that I looked up to, bodybuilding wise, they just never had that freakish look. You know, I have a friend Mensa. He's big but he's short, you know, so he's look wilder when he puts on mass, you know. So he never looked like he's taking anything, because he always had a good physique to him, but he just wasn't like, oh my god. And there's a few guys that I actually was interested in. The guy from Never Back There, I can't remember which one it was. Such a dickhead in the movie. Like, he had a nice physique, you know, like I just never. Now I'm into, you know, putting on more mass. Then I was playing sports, so the intentions of
performance,
steroids and stuff was just never really, it never clicked in.
Yeah, like another thing with me is like, I know that I have secureness in my physique, and what I mean by that is I don't really feel self-conscious when I'm around other people, and I think that's a big reason why people take steroids, that they feel that they're not good enough. And they need some sort of approval by other people, and I don't feel that at all. If anything, I feel when someone has a better physique than me, it makes me feel good, because I'm like, okay, wow, there's more for me to go here. There's more room for me to improve, you know?
I like that idea.
You know, and like, also, sometimes you can tell when someone's on gear.
Very obvious.
And when I see that, that does not make me feel bad in any sort of way, because I'm like, oh, he's putting a needle in his ass. So I don't give a shit. I don't care if you have more muscle mass than me and more veins, because you're putting a needle in your ass. So I'd rather have less muscle mass and not put a needle in my ass. I feel a lot better about it. Myself, personally, I feel a lot better about myself that way. And I'm not really searching for a crazy steroided up look anymore. That's not really what I want for myself. I respect people that have it. Fucking all props to you if you're doing a competition and stuff. Go at it, man. You got 100% respect to you, but it's just not for me.
Okay, but have you had anyone told you well?
Oh yeah, well this guy just asked me what age did you start your first cycle? But yeah, I've had a lot of people. The first thing, like a random person in the gym. The first thing they'll say to me in the gym is like, bro, what are you on? That's happened to me many times. Like, I've lost count. At different gyms too.
Yeah, that's why I try to jump in, bro. It's very hard to find me without a jumping, because I hate when I'm training and I'm in my zone and a person comes up to me like, hey bro, like, so I stop my workout, like, what's up? And they're like, what are you taking? It's like, what do you mean what am I taking? Like, are you telling me you can't put on just even 10 kilos or whatever it is without being questioned of being on steroids? Because it's so like it's like a tradition now. It's like everyone has to be on it. If you're not on it, you're lying. You're lying. You know?
That's very true.
But nah, man, natural is the way, bro. At least for good mind.
Depends what your goal is, though. Like, if you're trying to be Mr. Olympia,
you have to.
Like, natural is not the way. Because you're not going. I'm sorry to say, but it's the truth, okay? But like, if you just want a good physique and you want to have children and you want to have a healthy functioning dick and you want to look good, then natural is going to be a fucking great idea, because it just takes more time and you can't. Okay, so like basically with being a natural, your maximum is here, okay? What does steroids do? It pushes that absolute maximum to here, right? And you get to your natural limit faster, and you push up past that natural limit faster on steroids. But
do what I'm not gonna say take it. I'm just gonna say do what it takes. You know, like, because at the end of the day, let's be honest, it's your decision. You know, we can say what we say, and you have to do what you need to do in order to achieve what you want to achieve. You know, I know what I'm looking for. You know what you're looking for. You know.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you got to just make your own choice about it. But for me and him, it's just not for us, and I personally just wouldn't recommend it either.
Yeah.
I don't want to go out saying that I'm recommending it because I'm not.
No.
It's just that realistically, people are going to choose to fucking take it and people are going to choose not to take it. So you have to be aware of both sides and just sort of make the choice for your own and what's going to work for you. And don't just take fucking steroids because your friends are taking them.
Yeah,
like,
don't do that, bro.
Don't fall into peer pressure and all that shit. You got to, like, as a man, talk to yourself,
make your own call.
Search within yourself, make your own path and make the choice in yourself. And don't, because you don't want to, like, have some sort of fucking regret because you feel like you did it because of a friend or some shit. You don't want that, like, that'll just fuck with your head a bit too much. Alright guys, so that is going to be the end of the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and join the squad. Do not leave this video without subscribing. I'm very close to 800 subscribers. I think I'm about like 5 or 6 off. And yeah, that would be an awesome target to hit, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, join the squad. And also, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button, and always remember to keep the palm.